Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 8th grade concept of approximating square roots. This is standard 8.2b in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 9 of the 2023 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we've got the area of a square wall, 182 square feet. We need to find something that's closest to the side length. So let's put a visual representation here, just so we can kind of see what we're doing here, because it's really not asking us to do much with area or anything like that. But let me just draw a square. All right, so this is just going to be a representation. I did 6 units down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to do 6 units across. All right, so don't worry about the number of units. I just wanted it to actually look like a square. So what do we know about this square? The area, right, so that's the area inside, is about 182 square feet. So I'll just write it like that. That's the inside. So we need to find the area, the side length, right? So how much is this side length right here? It could be any of the side lengths, obviously, because in a square, all side lengths are the same, okay? So if we look at our reference material, we don't necessarily have the area of a square, but we do have the area of a rectangle. And remember, a square is a special type of rectangle, base times height, right? So the area equals base times height, right? And since both base and height are actually the same length, since it's a square, it's really s times s, or s squared. Okay, so that's the area of the rectangle, and we know that it's 182. Okay, so it's 182 square feet equals this s squared. So I want to find just this s. Okay, so how do we find just the s? I've got the s right here, but it's got this exponent right there. Well, think of our order of operations, right? Right, if you have something that's being multiplied by something, we know that, okay, we can divide by that same thing, right? And we can cancel it out. If we have a plus 3, right, we know we could minus 3, and that would cancel out. How do we cancel out this s squared? Well, what we need to do is we need to take the square root, because the square and the square root, they cancel each other out, right? They're reciprocals, and that will get us this s. So we need the square root of 182. Okay, so we could do that a few different ways, right? We can even estimate it, right? We can say, okay, so 12 squared is 144, right? So 13 squared is going to be 169, and then 14 squared, I'm not sure what that is. You could do it with calculator. You could do it old school if you want to. It's going to be 56. Oh, that's 196. Okay, so that's 196. So look at my 182. Kind of falls right in between there. So it's going to be between 13 and 14. So it's going to be 13 something. And see, the only one that really works there is that 13.5. So it could be that 13.5. Or, right, another option would be, let me just get rid of that real quick. Let's use our calculator. Okay, we're going to take our graphing calculator. And what we could do is, even here we've got options. I could take my square root, so I'm going to hit my second, and hit that x squared to get that blue square root up there. Get my 182. Okay, so there you go, 13.49. That's really close to 13.5. So that B is looking good. What I could do here also is I can take each of these answer choices, right? 91, and then I could just square it to see if it comes up to 182. Nowhere close. That 91 is 182 cut in half, divided by 2, not square root of. It's 54, x squared is going to be too big, 45.5, x squared, much too large, right? The closest one is going to be the 13.5, and it is an approximation, and it's going to be 182.25. So that's my answer, B.